who can contribute, bringing diverse angles in this reflection on post-war architectural periodicals. And at the same time, so the lesson will try to provide an interpretative framework and theoretical framework. Each lecture will address a precise season, a precise moment, and a precise geographical context in order to, through the lens of the architectural periodical, to try to address the most relevant moment of the consolidation, affirmation of architectural thinking over the 30 years, we can say. I will introduce in a more detailed way the research work in the second part of this lecture, but I want to anticipate that the research work is developed since the beginning in parallel to the lectures. Each lecture will provide a specific insight and specific approach in terms of methodology, but of course also in terms of interpretative frameworks to the discourse on architectural periodicals, and in parallel you will conduct your own research in group on an architectural journal that you will choose. So I think it would be interesting to devote this initial week to the reflection on which architectural journals, which genre, which type of architectural journals you want to investigate. It will be a group work, so now I will explain you how it will work. But I think it's really important to keep together these two moments, the lectures and the discussion in class, and the work on a specific architectural periodical. Of course, this is a master course, so an initial preliminary knowledge of architectural history is required. If you feel that due to your background there are a consistent gap of knowledge, please contact us. We can also help you at the beginning with the initial preliminary reading to help you to fill this gap in some way. For every lecture by guest scholars, we will ask some of you, some groups, to act as discussants, so to frame some questions and to moderate the discussion in class. We previously tested this format. This course started in 2015, and so we had the opportunity to try to test diverse format, but we saw that it would be quite interesting. All of you are asked to contribute to the discussion, of course. We always give a preliminary reading before the lecture, but we ask per each lecture one group to moderate and to open the discussion with some initial reactions, let's say. Okay, so coming back to the course website, this is the really general ideas and framework that generate the course, and this specific interest for architectural periodicals over the 20th century. We will enter more into the context next week. You see that there is a page titled Lectures, a section titled Lectures. In every week we will upload the title of the lecture and the related bibliography on this website. So we kindly ask you to read before the requested reading. Usually we selected the two essays, so two chapters, in order to give you a preliminary knowledge before arriving to the lecture. Next week there will be a double lecture, my introduction to the study of architectural periodical, and in relation to a brief introduction to some of the most relevant architectural histories written over the second half of the 20th century. That can be an introduction for all of you in order to have a shared initial ground, and then the lecture by Hélène Janière titled Architectural Magazines and Architectural Histories